Welcome back to the Chat with Kip Podcast. Man, I can't wait for y'all to meet my guest today. He is one of the most trustworthy gentlemen that I have ever met in my life. I don't say that too much about everybody, but this is a person that helped me get into the real estate business, made my companies grow through his company, Brooks and Davis. And Michael G. Davis is, man, one of the people that you have to meet. I recommend that y'all reach out to him anytime you have anything to deal with real estate. He is definitely a go-to guy, one of my mentors. He's a great coach. So if you're a real estate agent who needs a good firm, man, Brooks and Davis is definitely one of those firms that you want to take a look at and just reach out to him. Man, he's just an overall good person. He loves to help everybody. Has great faith. A great CEO, a great entrepreneur. There's so much I can say about this gentleman, man. Because when I first got in real estate, he was there for me. And when I first started the title company, he was also there for me. Very supportive, definitely like helping out the community, love educating the community. So without further ado, I hope I brought you out right. Michael G. Davis from Brooks and Davis. Please tell me a little bit about yourself and the story
Yeah,
about Brooks and Davis.
man, look, the what they say, the check is in the mail, man. You did such an excellent job bringing me to the stage. No, man, it's a pleasure to be here, brother. And again, I appreciate the honor. I got to give you honor as well, man, because
Appreciate
you've
it.
achieved really big things in this market, in this industry. Man, it's just a testament to the community of what we can do as Black people, man. So kudos to you too, brother.
Thank you,
All
thank
right,
you,
so
thank you.
yes, Michael G. Davis, aka SEO Coach Mike. Man, been doing real estate for 20 years. Got over 1,000 transactions under my belt. Our mission, Camp, is we want to create a climate for all the stakeholders in the real estate industry.
Absolutely.
While on our way to help satisfy 1 million real estate needs and help develop 175,000 top producing real estate agents. So, if I had to sum it all up, as far as what our mission is to obviously help people with their real estate needs and as many people as possible, as well as help real estate agents get developed to help us achieve our mission.
Absolutely.
So we started the real estate company in 2008. Man, we grew it from just myself and Larry. Larry, my business
Yep,
partner,
absolutely. Yep.
just me and him. To now we have over 150 people that are part, as far as licensed agents, real estate students, and things like that, and continuing to grow.
Okay.
Matter of fact, our very first agent, he was an intern with us when we first started.
Okay.
He's still there, man. So he's been with us 17 years.
Solid. That's solid
He's an
leadership
agent.
as well. Like to retain people like that, to retain agents. Cause I mean, there's a whole bunch of other firms that they
Yeah,
can go to. And people change all the time.
yeah,
But for you to lay the foundation for your team and develop them,
yeah,
to help them grow within the team, is amazing, right?
absolutely.
So man, kudos to you.
Man, I
Like,
appreciate that, brother, because it's funny, like going through this journey, I started seeing this pattern where every 2 years people was moving around.
right.
So then I just sat there and kind of thought through it. And then there was just one person, it hit that 2 year window, and I was like, man, I ain't losing this one.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
We we had that sit down meeting, and I was like, nah, man, I can't lose you. What we need to do, what modifications. And it helped teach me the biggest lesson that I learned there was people have to always there has to be room for growth. So
Okay.
what was happening is that at that 2 year mark, people start questioning, hey, is this a long term? Do I see myself growing? Can I and we didn't have anything in place to really show, hey, like this is where we want you to go. This is how we want you to evolve and
Right.
develop in the organization as a leader. So once we figured that out, then yeah, now we're starting to see people been with us for 10 years, people been with us for, 8 years, 6 years. So no, it's definitely a testament, but we had to learn that lesson,
I'm
man.
sure, man, since 2008, which I didn't know it was
Yeah,
2008. Like, man, what changed from like 2008 to now? Like, how have you seen the company grow, and
yeah,
like, what are your expectations, say, in the next 3 years
yeah.
for Brooks and Davis?
Now that's a great question, man. So, for me, Kip, the evolution of Brooks and Davis has always really been about the evolution of me as a CEO. I've always felt like the company was going to go as large as I grew as an
Okay.
individual, right? And when we talk about goals, so we have a big goal. Our goal is to be the number one real estate company in production and profitability, right? When you say something like that, even just thinking about the city of Houston, you're talking about brokerage firms that are doing close to $10 million worth of, I'm sorry, $10 billion worth of production.
Right.
They have 2,000 real estate agents. They have 3 offices, right? So those are some big numbers. So when I say, okay, well, this is what our goal is for Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, and it's not being the number one, the biggest black real estate company. I'm like, period. Like, we want to be the
With the
number
biggest,
one in
I'm with you on
potentially
that.
in
Absolutely.
profitability.
Yeah.
So when you say something like that, I had to ask myself, Kip, well, are you a CEO that can handle a company that large, right? And just being candid and like, no, like you ain't there, brother, right?
Okay.
So you gotta start evolving. So you start investing, in myself, academically, started investing in myself as far as like my time.
Hmm.
So taking classes. This year graduated from the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business
Okay, man.
class cohort.
Congratulations. Okay.
Man, appreciate it, brother.
Because the education to me is everything. Like, I mean, I know I'm not the smartest person, right? I thought I was going to be a football player and
Yeah,
that was it. But after getting into real estate, I want to develop and grow as
yeah,
well, no matter what spectrum it is on I'm in the real estate industry.
yep,
So I know how important education is to you because
absolutely,
we talk about college, we talk about our fraternities, we
yep,
talk about growing and development, we
absolutely,
talk about helping the community out, outreach. I know you hold so many titles,
yeah,
president, HBRA. I mean, it's a whole bunch,
yeah,
which you can probably keep going on and on about. So I know education is definitely important in developing people, and I know we don't see us as we're not trying to take people money, basically.
right,
Like
of
we
course
we
not.
don't we're not doing this just for the money. I mean, the money is good.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
not turning the money away, so
right,
don't
the money is
don't
good.
get us wrong.
Yep. But I think we just like to put in all that effort to help people grow and develop and
Yeah,
educate them because if they don't know, they
yeah,
can't get what they want, right?
yeah. When I hear you talk, the word that comes to mind is impact. Like,
Hmm.
we're impact people. So yeah, we want to make the money, and the reality is that if I take it from Zig Ziglar said, you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want.
Absolutely.
So
I
I
agree with you
I
100%.
subscribe, right? So like, I want to help you, I want to impact you, I want to change your life, and I believe that I'm going to be compensated,
Right.
right?
Yep.
When we do that. So the education piece, like, to your question, like what we've seen change over these years. Again, the biggest part is just like my evolution and my understanding. We talk about education, reading a lot of books. Like right now, I'm walking around with my backpack. I got 3 books in my backpack.
What's in there? What 3 books you got? I
So
want to
three
know because
books.
I
You
don't read
want to
as
know?
much, and I've been trying to get into
All
it.
right,
And it's funny, my wife been telling me like, "Hey, you need to read more,"
read.
because I really do. I've been like, because I see her reading books,
Yeah, yeah.
but she's a super fast reader. I'm not so
Yeah,
fast, so it
yeah,
takes me a
teach
little bit.
yourself, man. You gotta learn
Absolutely,
it. Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, once I decided that I was gonna be very intentional about it, I did actually teach myself speed reading, so I can
Okay.
kinda get through stuff faster, get through content faster. But the reason that I'm first of all, let me preface why I'm carrying these books around.
Okay.
All right. So one of the things that my internal team, my leadership team, I'm really what I've identified is that their people skills, they need to enhance their people skills.
Okay.
Right? We use that term, but I don't think we understand the depths of where you need to be a successful business person, to be a successful realtor, how to the depths that you have to be as far as people skills.
Absolutely.
So this book we're reading right now is called The Full Fee Agent
Okay.
by Steve Schul.
Okay.
So not only so I read it, then my first read of the book, I went through it with the highlights.
Yeah.
Then I reread it again with the highlights, and then I started sectioning off areas that I wanted to kind of follow with the
Definitely makes
team.
sense. Okay.
So now I'm actually going through those sections and really teaching them those areas of the book. So it's the
Okay.
full fee agent. All right. So now the the second book is called Never Split the Difference. And
Okay.
it's by Chris Voss.
Okay.
The reason that that book got pulled in was because Steve Shore based his book off of Chris Voss's book,
Gotcha. Okay.
because he's applying the principles from that book to realtors or real estate agents. So I was like, well, I had read Never Split the Difference before I read this other one. And I was like, man, Chris go deeper on some of this stuff.
Okay.
So I pulled his back out. I started reading his and highlighting and went through it. And so I got that one in there as well.
Gotcha.
All right. So then the third book is a book called How to Deal. It's called How to Deal. It's a long title. How to Deal with Difficult People. It's like how to deal with difficult people, how to pull the best out of people at their worst. That's like
Okay.
the subheading. And it's what I do know is 2 doctors that wrote it. So that book, what it did was it took, we know about personality styles.
Mhm.
It took behavior, they call them behavioral styles, like these 13 behavioral styles that show up in people under certain situations,
Okay.
right? So they have styles. They call one the tank. They call one the grenade. They call one the martyr, the
Okay.
whiner, the no person, the nothing person. So it depends on what the situation is, how people
How
are
you should
showing
handle.
up.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So that's the third book. So I'm using these three books as kind of like my textbooks
Okay.
to help them achieve better people skills when
Absolutely.
they're working with people.
Because we know real estate is, I mean, it's a people business, right?
Man,
That's all we're dealing with.
yeah,
People, both sides, right?
yes, sir.
Buying, selling,
Yeah,
vendors, anybody who's related to real estate.
absolutely.
So it's definitely a people business. I tell people all the time, they're like, "Kid, what are your job at the title company?" I'll be like, "Well, I develop relationships. I go get
Yeah,
business, and for me, it's all about people.
absolutely.
Because some people don't like me, which is fine. You
Right.
know, everybody not gonna like you.
Of course, of course,
But I try to be as friendly as possible to everyone. I
of
try to be
course,
as fair to
of
everybody because
course.
that's how I want to be treated,
Yeah.
which I know is very, very important to you as well.
Absolutely.
Um,
And it's funny, man. Like again, we use that term people skills, and you probably know this, man. You've been in a long time. I've been in a long time. Like I know how to be successful, right?
right? Yep.
But when you have to teach somebody else, right? I gotta teach them what comes natural at this point. It comes natural
Absolutely.
to me
Yeah, we
how to
take it for
get through a
granted
deal. Yeah.
sometimes, right? Yeah.
But now I gotta teach them, and I'm like, man, how can I articulate this? So now I have to have a deeper understanding of what I'm actually doing when I'm connecting with somebody. Like when I'm investigating a person's situation, what am I actually doing when I'm doing it? Like when I'm speaking to them uh and I'm trying to understand their situation, like understand them at a deeper level. Like what am I actually doing when that happens? Like when I understand them at that level and they begin to trust me, right? And how do I recognize that they trust me enough to where now I can start giving them guidance that I know to do? Like, so I got to break down all them aspects that I'm just doing it naturally. I got
Right.
to break it down so I can explain it to these individuals and get them
Absolutely,
through it. It's
absolutely.
crazy.
I know exactly what you mean. I go through it all the time as well.
Yeah,
But I think it's better for me when I do teach it to somebody else because I'm like, man, I could probably make myself better if
absolutely.
I'm telling them what they should do. I should be doing this as well.
Yeah.
So I think it goes both ways. So it's
Yep.
definitely helpful. Man, I want to highlight something that's really, really important. I want to talk about the annual real estate summit.
Yeah.
I want you to explain to them what it is,
Yes, sir.
what's the goals, what's the mission, what we're trying to accomplish
Yeah.
with the real estate summit.
Man, first of all, you probably recognize how big my smile was, but like the annual real estate summit is something, man, I'm just so proud of us doing as a brokerage firm. Like I just find a lot of fulfillment out of the community impact that we've now created with this event that we do every year.
Right. Yep.
Um,
I mean, it's
this,
a huge event. Like
yeah,
when I was a sponsor of it, man, it was huge. Like
yeah.
I loved everything about it. So go ahead and explain it to her.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
So what you may not know, man, this is our sixth year of
Okay.
doing the real estate summit. So we've done it 5 years. Through the 5 years, we've had over 600 people participate.
Okay.
Through those 5 years, you were one of our vendors. We've had 200 plus vendors be a part of the real estate summit. So when we talk about impacting lives and touching people's lives at a deeper level, the real estate summit was really the birth child of my pastor. You talked about my faith earlier.
Hmm.
So my faith is important. My community of faith is important. A matter of fact, I just left my church on my way here
Okay. Okay.
because
Yep.
we're going to be having a booth there promoting the summit, and I was getting it set up. So talking to my pastor, talking to his executive assistant,
Hmm.
kind of cracking jokes with them because it is a community.
Right.
So one day when we were in church, it was myself and my wife and my pastor. I mean, he just had this moment of inspiration where he wanted to give somebody some money, a down payment for people to purchase a home. Like that was just really weighing on his heart,
Solid.
and he wanted to
Absolutely.
do it.
Yep.
So what he decided to do during that time was, in the middle of service, tell me to stand up
No way.
and said, Deacon Davis, you gonna put together a real estate summit and we're gonna invite these people and you're gonna find me somebody and we're gonna give them $5,000 so they can go toward the church is gonna get them $5,000 so it can go towards the purchase of a home. That was 6 years ago.
Okay.
I had never did a summit. I had never did anything of this caliber, right? And mind you, we're a fairly large ministry.
Right. Oh, I know.
Depending
I've
on
been
who
to
you
church.
talk
It's
to,
huge. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's I think the last time they checked, like $24 million worth of real estate is
Oh,
what my
wow.
church
Okay.
owns. Yeah, any given Sunday, you probably end up with about 8 or 9 thousand people that come through the doors
Absolutely. Yep.
on that Sunday. I think they say they got about 20,000 people on the roster. Like it's a pretty
Oh,
big
wow.
church.
Okay. Okay.
So he's saying, "Hey, you finna do this,
Yep.
right? I want this summit." And I was like, "Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Take on the challenge.
Take on the challenge. You
Right.
know,
Yep.
Capricorns, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're
Absolutely.
gonna take on the challenge." So, kind of put it together. Did our first summit. It was a success. Learned a lot. And every time that we've been doing them, we've learned, we've evolved, we figured out how to make things better. That very first one was only geared towards buyers.
Okay.
And now we've evolved to this year's summit, first time home buyers, first time sellers, first time investors.
Okay.
Right. Our goal is we want to have over 200 people at the event. We have a lot of great vendors that are already participating with us.
Okay.
Vendors from the county that's going to talk about, if you're a buyer out there and you're thinking, do I have enough money to be able to purchase a home?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a lot of down payment resources that people have access to, upwards of $150,000 of financial assistance.
Okay.
Well, the people that are offering that are going to be at the summit on Saturday.
Okay.
Um, the if you're a buyer and you're thinking like, is my credit? I don't think I'm not ready, or my credit's not good. Well, there's no need for you to continue to try to figure it out by yourself.
Right.
Right? The
Yep.
professionals and the experts are going to be at the summit. You can come now and you can ask your questions, and you can walk out of there with not only a roadmap, you can walk out of there with actual resources and relationships that will follow up with you and literally hold your hand through the process.
I'm glad you said
Yeah.
that because we just did a series
Mm.
here on the podcast talking about the home buying
Yeah.
process, all the way from working with your credit repair
Yep.
specialist, working with your real estate agent, your lender, all the way to the title company. So, man, it
Absolutely.
goes hand in hand, laying out that blueprint map, and people just don't know.
They
So,
don't
I'm
know.
glad you putting this on. What should buyers or sellers expect from this kind of event? Like, what kind of um, what's their expectation? Like,
Yeah.
what will you see? What kind of questions be asked at this event, and what can they look to get out of it?
Yeah, no, and I love that. Like you had laid out with your series and the different aspects of it.
Hmm.
Every aspect of the home buying journey is going to be showcased at this event. From credit pair, we have three mortgage companies that have partnered with us. So Rate, we shout out to Rate for being a sponsor with us this year. Apex Mortgage, Keith Webster, and the great things that he's doing, and he's a national mortgage broker. We have Cadence Bank, that's a part of it as well.
Yeah.
Talking about credit, Rental Karma is an excellent resource that people can have access to help them build their credit.
Hmm.
And now they have a component where they do work with credit restoration at no cost for individuals.
Okay.
Covenant Capital is going to be there. Avenue CDC, Fifth Ward CDC. So as a buyer, like every aspect of the process you're gonna be exposed to.
Okay.
And the reason that we want to do that, Kip, was because we know people get afraid of the process.
Okay.
It's overwhelming. Like you sit there and you try to think through it, it seems humongous, seems so
Absolutely. I
overwhelming,
agree
right?
with you. Yep.
So we wanted to create an event where a person could come and experience what it feels like to be actually in the process of buying a
That's
house.
super awesome.
And they could talk to those people. So as a buyer, like it's just a complete immersive experience.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Which is great though. I mean, that's stuff we need to know. And it's setting the blueprint and the guideline. They're not seeing it for the first time because
Right.
they've been through the process already. And
Absolutely.
then when they really go through the actual process, it should
Yeah.
be simultaneously the same thing.
Yeah,
So
it,
it
it
makes
kind of
the
it
transaction smoother,
yeah,
easier, efficient, and they already know what to expect. No surprises.
no surprises. And then it just lessens the impact of it. Yeah, I mean
Yep.
I think we were talking about this before, man. We've been doing this so long, it's things that we take for granted.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because,
And
I mean, we don't know what people don't know because we just figure, oh, this is how it's supposed to be done. This is how we
yeah,
do it for the past 20 years that we've been in business, right?
yes, sir. Yes,
And we do
sir.
take it for granted. So
Yeah.
I feel like it is sometimes. I tell my team, hey, man, we got to put it in layman terms for them, like make it
Yeah.
real simple for them. And
Yep.
this the process we follow.
Absolutely, because people going through this. They're going through this process is stressful. Like
Y-
it's a stressful process. Sometimes it's the biggest financial purchase people making. They don't know if they're making the right decision.
Yeah.
So, and we got to understand that as professionals, that people is dealing with all of these emotions and this
Right.
mental
Right.
stuff.
Yep.
So the buyers, yeah. So that's why we want to do that. Sellers are different though, right? Like
Hmm.
sellers, somebody's a first time seller thinking about selling their house, not necessarily looking for a workshop. They're not looking for a class, right?
Right.
What they really looking for is, man, Zillow say my house worth this. What you
Well,
think?
right.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Yeah.
I've been watching the news and I've been seeing this stuff going on with the market. Like, what you think? So with our sellers, we we want to let them know like the experts are going to be in the room. So come up, let us know what Zillow say. We're going to actually sit down with them and we can do in-person market analysis of
Right.
what their particular
Oh wow.
property
Okay.
is. We'll talk about, these are the trends that we're seeing in the marketplace. So, maybe they thinking, hey, is it a good time to sell or is it not a good time to sell? They want to speak with somebody
Right.
that can kind of facilitate those answers and help walk them through that stuff.
Man, I'm glad you putting this on. Like, man, I can't wait. Man, give me the information about it, where it's gonna be at,
Yeah.
the time, everything.
Nah,
Lay it out for
absolutely,
them.
man. Absolutely. And so it's gonna be at the One Church at Bethel's Family.
Yeah.
That's the Houston, Fondren Southwest area.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be October 18th, so a little maybe about 2 weeks away at this
Okay.
point.
Yep.
We're gonna start at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. Gonna go from 9 to 12. We're gonna do an opening ceremony. We have some of the City of Houston Council people have already committed. They're gonna be there. Our Mayor Pro Tem, Martha Castex Tatum, who's also over District K, which is where the event is going to be held. She's going to be there, say some
Okay.
words. Tiffany Thomas, who's the director over the housing committee for the city of Houston. She's councilwoman in District F. She's going to be there. Julian Ramirez, at large position one, he's going to be there. So it's going to be some very important people. The Houston Fire Department is going to be. So we even got stuff for the
Oh, I already
kiddos.
know you got to lay it
Yeah,
out
we
perfectly.
got
Yeah.
stuff for the kiddos. Houston Fire Department is gonna be there doing demonstrations. I'm gonna give him a shout out because last time I mentioned him, he's like, you don't
You don't
name
talk
drop me. You don't name drop me. All right, so we have a children's author that's gonna be there, and he's gonna have books, and he's gonna be reading to the children. He's also my brother, so let me name drop him, Mr. Natrix. He's been writing children's books for
Oh
for a
wow.
while
Okay.
now. I think he at this. I don't want to lie him, but I believe he has three different books that he's authored.
Okay.
Even so he's gonna be there as well for the kids. And then Kip, we talked about the buyers, we talked about the sellers, but remember I said first time investors as well.
Absolutely.
So if you're a first time investor and you're thinking about, hey, can I invest? Should I invest? Again, those experts are going to be there. You'll be able to network with other first time investors,
Okay.
but also the experienced investors are going to be there to really give the guidance. The people that they utilize, whether it's in the planning department, their GCs, their funders, they're going to be in the building as
Okay.
well. And not only that, we're going to have somebody there that's going to be talking about an actual project, a development project that they're doing, that they're actually raising equity and they're looking for people. So after we educate the investors, like, hey, these are the things you should consider, we're actually going to present them an opportunity that if they feel ready, they can invest their money in there and get a
Oh
return.
man, that's super awesome. I feel like this event is for anybody who's looking to do
Anybody.
any kind of real estate.
Absolutely.
Y'all definitely come out to the event. I'll be there. Mike will be there.
Yep.
It's gonna be a great, great event. So if this is your first time going, please go take a look at it,
Yeah.
check it out. It's a great experience.
Yeah.
And if this is your multiple time going, please come
Yeah.
check it out. New stuff always happening in real estate all the
Absolutely.
time. And man, I can't wait to have you back on the show again to talk about just Michael G.
Oh,
Davis,
me?
the Deacon, the
Man, I'm
council. I mean, it's things about to happen. So man.
Google me.
So what
But
can we expect from you? Like to say, this
in the
upcoming year,
upcoming year,
2026. Yep. Like
absolutely.
like
And
what's the game plan for Michael G. Davis?
man, that's a great question, my brother. And you know us, man. We're always thinking about what the next move is.
Yeah.
So expanding the business,
Okay.
expanding the brokerage firm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, like I said, we want to be the number one in the state in production and profitability. So constantly solving that problem. I know we're going to be looking for a recruiter.
Okay.
Like so, some key personnel we want to bring in a recruiter, bring in an office manager that can better handle capacity as we continue to grow. We also want to eventually move in and create a digital community, right? Since we are so big on agent development and training, right now we do it. You got to come to the brokerage firm. We got to hold your license, and then we're gonna support you,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
But I really want to get to the point to where we create a community of support and education and development, and you can stay with your broker, right? It'll be a subscription based program. People can join it and connect into it
Oh, that's awesome. Because you're
online,
a great coach. So I
right?
definitely recommend y'all doing it. Like I learned so much from Michael, and he don't even do title, but I learned so much just about the real estate in general.
Yeah.
So man, that's super awesome.
So just to kind of think about like the big things that I'm really shooting for, like that's really one of the biggest things, like
Okay.
really creating that online community, that online like like just group,
Well, let me know if you need
create a
some help on
movement.
anything from the title standpoint, man. I'm always
Yeah.
here for you, brother. You know, like, man, you've been solid with me
Yes,
since the
sir.
very, very beginning. And man, thank you so much for everybody at your firm, your
Yeah.
team, your staff. Super, super awesome.
Well, you our
And we always
people.
look forward. Yeah, I mean, likewise, likewise. So, man, I feel like we've been in this together since the
Yes, sir.
beginning.
Yes,
So we
sir.
definitely have to stick out. How can
Yeah.
the people reach you, man? Give me your social media handles, your contact information.
I'm easy, man.
Yeah.
I'm easy, right? First of all, let me get a website for the summit, right?
Okay.
So go to churchrealestatesummit.com. I'll say that again, churchrealestatesummit.com, www.churchrealestatesummit.com. And whatever your registration is, right? So if you're that first time home buyer that that's talking about is that's thinking about these things and feeling these things, go there, you'll see the buyer registration. If you're that first time seller trying to figure out if the market's right or the value of your home, you'll see the seller registration. And then if you're that investor, right, that first time investor, you got a little money saved up, you own your home already, but you want to kind of move to the next
Yep.
phase, the investor registration there as well. We still we're closing out vendor registration, so there is still vendor registration opportunities. So if
Okay.
you're interested in showcasing your business, you want to get your vendor booth. Like I said, the plan is to have over 200 people participate. Then the vendor registration's there as well. So
Perfect, man. We're gonna put the website up. We'll
churchrealestate.com.
put the link up as well on the show.
Absolutely.
So we'll get man, we're gonna get them there. We'll
Yeah.
definitely be there and get them there. We'll get these vendors signed up
Yeah.
as
And
soon as
then
possible.
and then for me, man, Instagram, I do a lot on Instagram. So at CEO Coach Mike, follow me on Instagram. LinkedIn, I do a lot on LinkedIn as well. So follow me and connect with me on LinkedIn. YouTube, we have our YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, we call it BND TV. So we got over 200 hours of content on our YouTube
Oh
channel.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, so you can,
Man, you're making a huge impact in the community, man.
go
That's good
on,
being
man.
visible,
Touching the
getting it
people.
out there. And I'm learning a lot from you. That's the only reason why I created the podcast because I was like, okay, I gotta be more visible. I see you and LB
Yeah,
and Rick doing your thing over there.
yeah,
So I'm like, okay, I got to show up a little bit.
yeah, yeah. But you
So
showing up.
now it's good.
You know
Yeah,
what
if we're
I'm
gonna do it,
saying?
we got to do it right though, right?
Gotta do
So
it
we
right.
can't half-ass anything.
Not at
So we
all.
here.
Not at all, man. Yeah, so Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. Yeah, we're on Facebook as well. So do Brooks and Davis on all of those platforms. Brooks and Davis has its own Instagram, but to follow me personally at CEO Coach Mike.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, any last remarks for the guests, for the listeners, the audience?
Yeah.
I always want to say thank you, but let me kind of let you do your last remarks and
Yeah.
I outro us.
Well, you know what? I'm very passionate about decreasing the wealth gap when it comes to the black community. All
Hmm.
right. Well, I'll say black and brown community. Right. When we think about the homeownership rate in 2025, it's actually less than it was in 1950 when segregation existed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that means even with the laws that have passed, legislation that's passed, getting back access to a lot of things that we were denied, we still haven't made much progress when it comes to wealth and transitional wealth. So, if I have anything to say to your listeners, man, I really want people to get serious about taking advantage of this vehicle that we call real estate.
Okay.
There are people in this business like myself, like you, that they can trust, that you can trust to come have a conversation with and put together a plan so you can, if this is your first home, buy this home, but let it be the first of many so you can begin to build legacy and create wealth, have something that you can leave for your children and your children's children. I mean, this real estate piece is game changing.
I agree with you. I mean, I wouldn't have no other way. I thought I wanted to be a football player, but I feel like the real estate is a really, really great avenue. We probably make similar to what after pro athletes make,
Absolutely.
much easier on our body and everything else.
Absolutely.
And it's definitely avenues. Like you don't have to be a movie star, a rapper, athlete.
Right.
You can, man. Real estate is one of those things, like you said, is changes your lifestyle. It's a game changer.
Absolutely.
And for me, it's all I've been doing since I graduated from college, and I wouldn't have it no other way. I love real estate. I feel so happy when people get the keys to their home.
Yep.
So for me, title was perfect because it's we kind of like the last people that they see. We can
Yep.
take pictures with the keys and everything.
Absolutely.
And for you, I know going through the process, help people holding their hand all the way through
Yep.
the transaction, the process. Man, it's just I don't know. It's gratifying for me.
Very.
Like I feel like God put me here for a purpose,
Absolutely.
and this is it.
Yeah,
So
I
man,
love that, man. Bring God into it, and He's given us certain talents, and when we get to the point to where we identify what those talents are and how we can best use them, like we're in a groove. Like so, I feel like I'm in my groove right now of
absolutely,
using
yeah.
what God and the gifts and the talents that He's blessed upon me, and how I'm able to utilize them and impact and change people's lives, man. So yeah, that fulfillment, that gratifying. just impacting and helping people, man. Just really in a good place right now.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much again, brother.
Come
I
on, man. I
appreciate it.
appreciate it,
Hey,
my
y'all
man.
make sure y'all follow Michael G. Davis. Make sure y'all follow the Chat with Kip podcast, like, subscribe, share. Once again, knowledge is power. We cannot emphasize that enough. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you so much again,
My
man. I look
pleasure.
forward to having you again because there's so much more that we need
Bring
to
me
talk
back.
about as
I'm
well.
always
All
willing,
right,
sir.
perfect, perfect. Thank y'all again. Y'all take care.